Scarsdale. The Metro Deli has been part of the Westchester community for over 10 years. We always use the freshest and highest quality ingredients for all our dishes and catering events. Our breakfast features bagels with freshly sliced Nova. Don't miss out our thick challah French toast. For lunch, grab a booth and enjoy one of our oversized salads or our freshly cut hot deli sandwiches. We're open 7 days a week, where the coffee is always hot and freshly brewed.
And good morning. It is 9:32
Give me that
a.m.
Give me that thick
You want
challah.
that thick challah French toast?
Give me that thick challah
bright
French
and early in
toast.
the morning, Kenny Reichman.
Yeah, give me that thick challah.
Well, hello. I'm spraying like the season.
Just
and
so
once
everybody's
again,
aware,
wait,
Mr.
Kenny, let me
Ian
finish.
Sachs is wrong.
Oh, that's right. We did find out about
wrong.
the cross country.
Okay.
Oh.
Our boy on the other side of the glass, Mr. Ian Sachs, with his
I
help
think Ian's
from his
Googling.
boy, Mr. Colorado Rocky Jersey Joe over there. They are both wrong. You fly transcontinentally.
Oh, wait. He says cross country flying.
Okay,
that is
time
a
out.
thing.
You can't Google cross country flying.
He put fly cross country.
That's cheating.
It's on Wikipedia.
That's total cheating. You can't Google cross country flying and then be happy that the first result is fly cross country. That's cheating.
Well, that makes it legit, does it not? Look, there's cross country flying stories. What is the problem?
He knows he's cheating. All right. Anyway, it's transcontinental flight going from coast to coast. That is a transcontinental flight. So if you
cross
fly
country must be what? Like if you're inside the country, obviously, right?
What?
Would a cross country be like? I'm pretty sure cross country is a thing.
Yeah,
I'm on your side, Ian. I'm on your side. I'm 100%
people
sure
run,
that's a
Spring.
thing.
That's cross country is when you run.
Why is there?
Far.
It says flight training cross country, and there's a .org website, and anything that's .org is real.
No,
and
anything
accurate.
that's .org is fake.
Wikipedia is 100% accurate.
All right.
100.
.org is nasty. You don't ever want to go to a .org.
I really like how there's a screen facing me right now. This is really funny.
Yeah, that's actually.
I didn't realize. I love how he really
turned
turned
around.
the screen. Hello, screen. How are
Hello,
you?
screen.
All right, well, back to
Beautiful,
this.
beautiful
So I'm here
screen.
with Kenny because
Look at all
Kenny
those
ruined my
pixels.
awesome introduction.
Yeah,
Kenny!
give me those pickles.
Kenny.
Pickles.
See, this is why I like Brian.
Give me
Brian
those
just
pickles.
stays quiet while I do my introductions in
I'm
the
sorry.
morning.
I like pickles. I really do like pickles.
All right.
You know what I miss? Diner pickles. Oh, they were so perfect.
Okay. Anywho, so last week, the Washington Post had released an analysis of the N-word, right? So Piers Morgan had
analysis?
Yeah, which we could read another time. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that they did an analysis of it, which is a weird thing.
That's a weird thing to say about the N-word.
Right, but either way. So in response, Piers Morgan wrote for Daily Mail that the only way the word will lose its magnitude is if African Americans stop using it. So I'm going to read word for word what he said within the thing. It's not that long, but I want Kenny to hear it because this is news to new news to Kenny. All right, you ready? The reason it is so ingrained in pop culture is that many blacks, especially young blacks, reared to the soundtrack of the N-word splattered rap music, use it in an ironic way. They're aware of its history. They know from their parents and grandparents that arrogant, dumb, racist whites used it as a wicked, derogatory insult against their black, save forebears. Okay, there's something going on in the production room. All right. And they enjoy the freedom of being able to say it now and the knowledge that's become taboo for whites to do so. I understand this and empathize. It's the same ironic reason many gays call each other with the F word, their F word, why supporters of an English football team called Tottenham Hotspur, which has a large Jewish following, call each other I don't know what it is because it's blocked out, but it starts with a Y, and why some ardent feminists like to use the word C with impunity. I get it, but I don't like it, and this is why it doesn't work. It has the opposite effect to the one that I imagine everyone who does this imagines it will have. Far from owning these words, seizing back control with the use of them, I believe it merely serves to empower those who wish to deploy them abusively and encourage them to continue doing so. Your average dim-witted, foul-mouthed bigot, and there are plenty of them, as Twitter can attest, thinks, if they use it, why can't I? They hear African Americans saying the N-word to each other and claim victory. See, that's what they even call themselves. It's the twisted, horrible mindset of the wretchedly ignorant. Now, I want to ask Kenny, do you think Morgan is wrong? Or do you think he does make a valid point?
He makes a very good point.
Okay.
But
I think I want to play devil's advocate with you,
yeah,
just so we could like.
I'm not sure if I agree completely with his sentiment.
All right, so which side do you want to take then? Do you want to take that?
Do I have to take a side?
Yeah, because
I'm like
I'm
like 60-40 on what he said.
That's exactly how I was, because I didn't I understand. Like,
I get it.
If you
I
use
do.
the word, then it makes it okay.
I do get
in a
it.
sense. In a sense.
Yeah, I get it, and I do agree though that they are using it in a way that owns it. That they're using it in a way that makes it theirs. That makes it part of their history. I think it's important that people react in one way or another
Those
to.
people are smiling, not
Yeah, that was weird.
For-
I got the eyes. The eyes. It was scary.
That was creepy.
You know what I mean? I think it's important to own that part of your history, whether or not you're gay or a woman or an African American. So it's
because like what he's saying is, I get it. The first thing I thought of is like, when I'm gonna say Caucasian just to say it appropriately, when they're just like, oh, I could say that I have a black friend.
Yeah.
And it's just like, just because you have one, that's not like your get out of jail free card. Like, I don't have a card that says, hey, this is my friend. Like,
Right.
I could say everything I want to say.
And it's also, and then for me, it goes back to, is it a woman's fault if she gets sexually assaulted?
No.
Do we teach the woman not to get sexually assaulted,
Or
or
do we
should we
teach
teach the men not to sexually assault?
Exactly, yeah.
And I think that's why I'm having a hard time agreeing wholeheartedly with him.
That was the same
But you know
thing
what?
I
It's
had.
totally different, and I understand. And if I asked him, if I said that to him, he would say, "Well, that's apples and oranges."
And you know what's
and
another
you know what?
thing?
Piers, it is apples and oranges.
Tell
but
me there's
they're
not a
both
difference,
fruits.
though, with the age group.
No.
Like, listen to this. Now, for those of you who don't know, Mike Demergis, especially if you are part of WICR, you know that the one word you can absolutely not say on the air is the N-word. You can never say it. You say it. If I say it, I'm done, and I'm VP. If Joe Archino says it, he's done. If President Nair came in and said it on air, I'm kidding, he's not done. Maybe, I don't know, but it probably look really bad on the school.
Yeah, probably wouldn't go
And
well.
my father, who's just like, he's very like gung-ho, he's just like, that's why they talk about us, we have to represent ourselves correctly. He doesn't believe that like we should be degrading ourselves.
Your dad's black.
Huh? No, my dad is Spanish.
What?
He just combines Hispanics and African Americans together as like a culture that we're always like being stepped on.
That's interesting.
Yeah, he's like very.
I mean, he's right.
He's right, but he's very like
Yeah.
super about it.
Yeah.
He's like super Puerto Rican.
He's like super Puerto Rican.
But with that being said, there's also like my brother. My brother's 17 years old. He's trying to be the next Schoolboy Q. For those of you who don't know who
I don't
Schoolboy
know
Q,
what that means.
he's a rapper.
Okay.
And he drops like N bombs. I'm just gonna put P bombs. Like if you don't know what a P bomb is, just put a cat. Like think of a cat.
Okay. Spring.
He drops all types of like curses and whatever, and that's what my
love
brother
Spring.
wants
You know
to
what?
be.
I've been on the air with Spring a few times now, and every time I come on the air with Spring, she curses in a way that is acceptable.
I have a cursing problem.
And it's so strange because every time she does it, she goes, it's kind of like F, but replace it with duck, And then everybody's like, oh, I get it. But it's like, no, we don't need you to tell us that it's duck. We get it, Spring. It's like, come on.
Or like when I say a double money sign.
Yes,
I'm so
a double money
happy you
sign.
guys know what I'm talking about. But
do you
either
think
way,
we are?
my little brother doesn't see
Yeah.
anything wrong with the word. To him, it's just a word.
Yes, but I am
So
of
I think the age gap itself also causes another problem.
I am of the thinking also, and granted, I am honestly, and when I'm a stupid white man. I'm a white man, so what are you gonna call me?
Well, if you
You
said
know?
that, if you went to my school and you
Yeah.
said the N-word,
Oh,
it does
I'd be
not
done.
matter if you're cool with them. Doesn't matter
Yeah.
if you're cool with me.
No, I
They
know.
would turn
and
they
there's
would
when it
be
comes to
like,
women,
what?
I'm a straight white man. So if it came down to women, homosexuals, or African Americans, who am I?
You're on top of them all.
Exactly.
And
So
society's view,
exactly.
not, like,
in
in
society's
reality.
view, I am.
Yeah.
I am the cream of the crop.
Have you ever seen Louis C.K.'s
straight white
thing
man?
when
Yeah.
someone calls him cracker?
Yes,
And he's
exactly.
just like, yes, thank you. Like,
Yeah, like
he's
who
just
cares?
like,
But I'm also of the thinking that we should not be afraid of words. Mm-hmm. I don't like
Because the more power you give to the
Exactly.
word,
The more power you give
worse
to
it
the
is.
word. If you just 2 minutes ago, you're saying, the F word and the R word and the P word and the Q word and the Z word, and it's like, come on now, they're
The
words.
Y word.
They have meaning.
Yeah, because
They
I
are-
made a comment to Kenny before. Because for those of you who don't know, on campus they want to stop using the R word for those with special needs and special disabilities. And I was just telling him that when I was younger, like we used to say it like it was nothing, like it
Exactly.
wasn't. It wasn't
Now, there's-
something that you thought was bad. It was just like, oh, you're such a.
I have a hard time with. I've worked with special needs children. I work with the Special Olympics as much as I can. I work with Best Buddies. I do the whole thing, and I have the R word, as we'll say it on air, is a word with a meaning. It means to slow down.
Yeah.
It means to be slow, which isn't. It's a definition of a word. So.
But the way that people associate
But the way,
it.
of course, now the way that
makes
you
it
can
feel
obviously use it derogatorily, right? Which I don't know if is a word, derogatorily.
No, that's not. I'm pretty. Hey,
Derogatorily?
Mr. Guy with the screen. Derogatorily. Look it up. Turn the screen when you
Is
find
that a thing? Oh, but anyway, you can use it in a mean way. You can, and that's very fair. But if I said Spring was walking in front of me as to retard my progress,
That would be properly used.
That's a legitimate
But then
way
if
to
you
use the
say
word.
Spring was walking like a.
Right.
That's what makes it
Right.
wrong. Oh,
Yes.
it is derogatorily.
Derogatorily.
Ooh, we
Look at
learn
me go.
new words on the morning show.
Actually, I apparently already knew that one.
I
You
did
already knew.
it.
But do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I do know
So
what
we
you
say
mean.
the R word, but it has meaning. It has a meaning.
But see,
and to be afraid of a word, not afraid of a word, but to give a word so much power over us as individuals,
Yeah.
a word that we created, we made the word.
well,
The word didn't make us.
technically you made the word, considering you are a straight
yes,
white
the straight
male.
white man. I made it.
The Spanish,
able-bodied, straight
sassy
white
Puerto
male.
Rican
Right.
female did not make the word.
However,
To degrade myself.
we made these words, so we should not give them power over us. They also are just words.
So now, with that being said, I'm gonna ask you another question. Now you say it to. All right, well, I've lost my question. All right, so let's say you hear this like African American person use the N word, and then they still get upset that when you say, are you gonna tell them like it's just a word, like don't?
No,
be
I'm not going to tell them anything, because again, I have no.
So
place.
we're agreeing that we half agree with Piers Morgan,
I half agree with Piers Morgan.
but at the same time, it
Also-
still doesn't make it okay for other people to
Right,
say it,
of
regardless
course.
if they are saying it.
Of course, because I
'Cause that's
disagree
the
with
same.
the
That's
fact
the exact
that
same thing I was thinking.
I disagree with the fact that I don't get to choose. I don't get to choose that word.
Sure. And you get to choose whether or not you want to say it and use it.
Exactly. I have my own personal.
Because if I'm telling you, if I say it in front of my father, even if like I have to admit I've used the word, but like because every one of my friends use the word, that doesn't make it okay.
I've used it. I've used it in a joking manner. I don't go around. I don't. It's not like.
It's not like you're calling people.
Hey, what
it.
up, dude? I don't replace it with the N word. You know.
See, no.
Like,
Oh,
a
no,
lot
I
of
haven't
people
used
do
that.
Some people do that, and you know what? Again, that's their own
Personal
preference.
Yeah,
Whatever.
exactly.
But people do use it, and people do use it derogatorily, as we've just learned is an actual thing. And I'm not sure whether or not I have the right to tell a black person that they can or cannot say that word. A word that I used as a white male to keep them down for
Yeah, I know what you're
hundreds of
talking
years. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
So
Well, I'm gonna read you some of the comments that
Yeah,
happened.
I'm actually
after.
interested to see what
Yeah,
other
because
people said.
some of them, Piers Morgan actually like got back at people who did make comments about what he said, which I don't think. I mean, he's allowed to make the comments, but then he has to realize like what
Yeah,
he said
no,
wasn't
of
going to be
course.
accepted. Like a
Of
lot of
course.
people are going to be like, "Are you really going to tell me like I can't say this word?" But other people like, "It's my fault that people are still using this word." So he goes, one person, don't know who she is, she said, "Things I will do before reading Piers Morgan's column on the N-word, literally anything else." So Piers Morgan put, "We both know you read it." Next one.
See, I kind of like it.
Wait,
I think
this
he's
is
funny. I think he's very funny. Man.
I see this because this one person, Rembert Brown, no idea who he is. Maybe you know?
No.
All right. So wait, this is awesome. You could tweet things at Piers Morgan and he'll write it back. Someone posted an 1899 black newspaper telling blacks not to use the N-word. So I'm going to read it. Some of it is a little
Raunchy.
raunchy. All right. So you ready? But the members of our race cannot expect the whites to refrain from spelling Negro. I think that's a politically correct
that's
term,
cool.
right? With a double G, until we ourselves set the example. On all occasions, from the highest to the lowest, while in the presence of whites, Negroes will persist in referring to each other as the one with the C, the N-word, and I'm not going to say the next one. But they assume an air of indignation of if the whites use the same terms when addressing them. Let the Negroes who are guilty of using such language while conversing with each other refrain from doing so, and thus set an example. So basically saying, which is interesting because I didn't know that this was from 1899, saying that if you don't want them using it, stop using it yourself, set an example for them and show like it's not a word to use. And then someone put by Pierce Morgan from 1899, which is kind of funny. Someone put, what if we just never Pierce Morgan ever again? And then someone said, please. Next one is Pierce Morgan wrote to black people telling us to do something to get whites to stop being racist instead of just telling whites to stop, which is the same thing.
That's the same thing as the women and the
exactly.
men and the sexuals.
And then the next one is it what I wrote that this is Pierce Morgan himself. Is it what I wrote that offended? Hashtag Black Twitter, or the skin color of the man who wrote it? Hashtag N-word. Which is another good point. If a black man had said it or African American man had said it, we have been less angry.
Exactly.
Because
of course,
Morgan Freeman. For those of you who don't know Morgan Freeman, he has like the voice of God. Like his voice is just amazing.
Have you seen God?
Have you seen Bruce Almighty?
Yeah.
His voice is amazing. But he's one of the first, one of the main actors, especially African American actors, who say like, if you want the word to stop being used, stop using it yourself.
Right.
Like it's a degrading word. Like realize what you're saying. So that's basically what I want to talk to Kenny about, and I really like that his opinion matched mine. But
yay, opinion!
Yay!
Oh, Ian's celebrating.
Joe,
celebrate, you jerk! There he goes.
All right, so it is 9:48 in the morning.
Yay!
And Kenny and I both have places to be. So with that being said, I just want to bid adieu to Kenny because he's actually. Where are you going?
I'm
tell everyone where you're going, Kenny.
Off to the Cali land.
He's going to Cali. What are you doing in Cali, Ken?
Gonna be following around the women's basketball.
Yay!
team.
Can we give claps to Kenny?
Yay! Claps to Kenny.
I like how I'm the only one clapping.
Yeah,
Guys in the production room, claps for Kenny.
No,
Thank you.
All right, thank you guys.
So have a really safe trip,
yes,
Kenny.
have a happy Thanksgiving. I won't see you at all next week.
Wait, hold on a minute. Is anyone surprised that I won't see Kenny next week on the morning show?
Back off, will you? All right. Well, at least I'm not acting like Joe when I come on for half the show and then I leave Ian Saxon here all alone to finish up.
Shots
all right?
fired.
There we go.
Boom, boom, boom.
I can play the game.
All right. Well, with that being said, Kenny.
Play? I'll play.
All right, calm down, Kenny. We're still on air.
You want to play?
You want to play?
You want to
play these games? I'm gonna miss you, Kenny.
I miss you.
All right. So with that being
Thanksgiving,
said,
everybody.
Everyone have a happy Thanksgiving. Tune in on Tuesday for Everybody Loves Spring with Spring Like the
and
Season.
Tune in on Monday
and
for half Ian Sax, half Jersey Joe.
You're the worst.
WICR presents This Moment in History.
Today I say, as long as this gate is closed, as long as this scar of a wall is